Hi there. I am coming to you from outside, and you'll probably see the cat. She's just going to come, she might just come into you just along the top of the fence here. So just got a little bit of a scare. You can hear her, she's busy doing something. But I thought I would come to you from just outside my little healing room. I've got this little private courtyard that is my little sanctuary. Rather than sitting in the house, because it is spring, the sun is out. The cat is obviously got a spring in her step. She's wandering around all over the place. You'll just hear her jumping off the wall in any second now. And so, what has this month all been about? It's been a really interesting time. And I think going into lockdown, level 4 lockdown, as we have done, it brings up quite a lot of fear. It brings up that sense of challenge in terms of how do we survive? Are my survival needs going to be met? What is it that I'm doing? Oh, there she goes. How and who is going to support me? Can I support myself? And so for me, I am a real worrywart. Supporting and self-supporting myself is one of those biggest fears that I have. But I've been working on my fears all year. I have really, really tried hard to uh, get past the fear of the unknown, because if it's unknown, what is there to fear? And so I've just been taking things day by day. What that's really brought my attention to in this wonderful change, in time of change, is to just stop resisting. When the lockdown came in, well, it was the lockdown. And so stop resisting it, just accept it and then deal with it. And just having that sense of flow in my life has just been wonderful. I haven't been quite as nearly as fearful. Things may not be coming in at the time frame I want, but that's okay. My cancellation list is quite large, but that's okay, because in letting go of resistance, the bigger plan is going to appear. The way that I am going to be supported, or how I'm going to be supported, I'm just playing my mouse up on the computer. The way that I am going to be supported, or how I'm going to be supported, will come to the fore. The less I resist, the bigger and more the bigger the plan, or the big plan reveals itself, or those revelations, those signs and symbols for change start to reveal themselves in such a way that I just think, oh, I'm going to be okay. When we're living a life of resistance to change, resistance to any obstacles that come in our way, we're busy pushing and pushing against that hard surface, like pushing water up a hill. We don't get anywhere really fast. And if at this point in time you are someone like myself, where I depend on people booking in, and those bookings have diminished on some level, and that goes for my massage business as well, my corporate massage business. So my wonderful client base are moving their dates as the different lockdowns seem to be appearing. But it could be November before we actually see our clients again, certainly late October. So we're just going with the flow and thanking the universe that they're still with us. We're going with the flow in terms of what is it I can do today? And when you're stuck at home and you've got all this other external pressures that you don't disconnect from, so you're not disconnecting from doing the dishes, you're not disconnecting from the housework, you guys, you're not disconnecting from your inability to function and to do your job. You're worrying about, oh, I should be at my workshop, I should be at my home, I should be on the road, I should be building, I should be doing this. If you can let go of anything and everything that you can't control, and bring your focus back to what you can control, then that sense of achievement, that sense of success will become part of your everyday experience. And so for me, sitting here in my little courtyard, I've never actually videoed outdoors. I'm back to using YouTube to video rather than other mediums. And here we are in this wonderful sense of openness, in my little bubble, as you can see. But it's wonderful to have the knowing that, yes, I can do this, that this is a space that I can work from, albeit I'm maybe just a bit too in the shade, but I'm sure you guys can hear me as well as see me. So letting go of resistance. So what does that mean? What it means for all of us is, if I can't change the things that I think I need to be changing, then I can only change the things that I can. And so if there are things that just are impossible to get done because of your set of circumstances, then just let it go. Stop resisting the acceptance that things are beyond your control. And when we let go of that, when we stop resisting change, we go, well, I can't function over here, but I can function over there, then that's when things start to just flow. And I think, if I was to reflect on myself, that I haven't been able to have my usual client base come. My physical classes were now online and talking to each other. The class is still ongoing. So I'm using different tools to keep connected with people. I'm creating little playlists and little top 10 tips or little hints and tips about psychic development, tarot, angels, crystals, all of those things, just to keep engaged with my audience and my client base. So I might not be able to see them, but you can still connect to me on my YouTube channel and get some top tips of tools that you may have around your house that you can link into and have them help support you. Resisting change can sometimes come from fear. And it's really interesting when we see demonstrations globally where people are demonstrating against change. And is that fear driven? Are they out there demonstrating because they're fear of loss of liberty, loss of identity, loss of unity, loss of access, loss of anything? And they are expressing their right through these demonstrations. But when we are demonstrating our emotions in a really powerful way, for those of us who are not expressing our emotions in a powerful way, we might think we should be caught up in or participating in some of those discussions, topics, or events that are happening around us. Again, what I would say to you is resist the temptation to get caught up in other people's ideals. Come back to yourself. Come back to what is important for you, what feels right for you. And if it feels right for you, then you go with that flow. One of the big topics I am asked about, and I have been asked about, and I haven't really talked about it on a spiritual level, is, well, what is COVID-19? Why are we all going through this? What's your take on the vaccine, Phyllis, etc., etc.? I actually don't have the answer, and I'm certainly not going to express my personal views because they may differ from yours. I will keep my own views on both those topics. So that's what I'm saying. I'll just clarify for you, is that in these times where we're being driven to make choices that may or may not seem healthy, it's really important that you come back to yourself and resist being swept up by the maelstrom of opposing opinion that sort of resides out there. You'll save a lot of energy, both mental, emotional, and spiritual energy. You'll stand in your own power. And I think that's important right now, is to stand in your own power. Really identify with yourself right now. Celebrate your successes of the things that you have been able to do, and forget about the stuff that you haven't been able to do, because it will still be there. when the time is right. It's not going to go away. So you can still catch up and all of that, but keep moving forward and stop looking back, get back on track and go with the flow. I think, let that truck go past. I think for myself, I've enjoyed, it sounds strange, but I've enjoyed my mental attitude in this particular lockdown more than I have in any other time. And I think it's just because I've come with a completely new perspective. So I feel that's been the energy of August coming up. So let's just put all of that to one side, let go of all of that resistance and just go, so what can I do? How can I make myself feel successful? What are the really simple things that I can change and affect change in my life that will help me move forward? So I hope you found that little snippet helpful. I will be putting my newsletter together later on this afternoon. So it'll be winging its way to you if you're on our newsletter list. And again, just be kind to yourself. I think that's the key thing, being really, really kind. And yeah, just taking it easy on some level. Don't be too hard on yourself or critical. So until the next time, I hope you've enjoyed being in my little courtyard here in the garden and hearing the chimes in the background there, just singing in the wind as they do. And they remind me that the wind is bringing life and that sound is traveling all around my property, creating a wonderful vibration. I do love my wind chimes. So until the next time, take care for now. Namaste and see you later. Bye for now.